going on, everyone? My name is Caden Golby, and I'm going to inform you on how to get the correct amount of sleep. So let's picture this, if we would. It's the day of your big exam. It's make or break for your final grade of the semester. You've been up all night to what felt like an eternity studying. You're raging on caffeine. Your energy is finally fading. You're on your second cup of coffee, and it's the day of your exam. And then finally, the stress takes full effect. After you're done, a week later, your grades come in and your grades plummet, and you wonder what went wrong. Well, I'll tell you what went wrong is that you did not get enough sleep properly to perform the next day. So, what I want to inform you overall is how getting enough sleep can physically benefit you, mentally benefit you, and what to do to increase your chance of a better sleep. So, credibility-wise, myself, I've been a student athlete for the past 8 years, and I know what it's like to handle academics, sports, and a social life all together, and I realize that there's a time when to sleep, and obviously not a time when to not sleep. And I know it can be a conundrum at times, but you do need your sleep required daily. So, let's first talk about the recommended amount. So, study has shown that everyone spends at least 1/3 of their life asleep, but the amount of sleep needs for every person varies between age and lifestyles. So the recommended amount of sleep duration for teenagers ages 14 to 17 years old are about 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Young adults that are 18 to 25 hours, 7 to 9. Along with adults 26 to 64 is also 7 to 9, and older adults that are above 64 years old need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So most people usually sit around the 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but for athletes who do exert more energy than the average person, they need at least an extra hour of sleep so they can recover from the practice and overwhelming physical activity they've done. So there's no question about the amount of sleep you are required to have, but does it help you help you physically? So getting the correct amount of sleep physically can benefit you to alleviate all aches and pains throughout your body due to overexertion, whether that's through your work, through your sports, or anything that you have done. Getting enough sleep can help impact your metabolism, so it can help you process your foods properly. And if you do fall short of that, you do risk developing obesity and diabetes. Getting enough sleep can also properly function your immune system, as your body does need to get enough sleep to fight off harmful substances. And if you do not properly sleep, then your immune system will not respond properly. Studies have shown, for athletes-wise, if you do get the correct amount of sleep, you do increase your speed, your accuracy, and reaction time by all 10%. And overall, getting enough sleep health-wise can help you reduce heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, and a risk of a stroke. Now that you know the physical benefits, let me now move on to the mental benefits. So mental benefits do include that when you do get the proper amount of sleep, that your brain functions cognitively to where you do store and sort new memories properly to where you don't interrupt that process. Getting enough sleep does show to reduce the risk of mental disorders such as depression, bipolar disease, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, and ADHD. Along with that, getting enough sleep can reduce anxiety, stress overall, and increase your relaxation. Now that you do know the benefits of both physical and mentally, we now move on to how you can get a great amount of sleep. So pretty much what you need to do is every day that you need to have the same time to when to sleep and the same time when to wake up every single day, whether it's weekends or weeknights. And if you do vary upon weekends or weeknights, you do need to separate that time by only an hour. Usually for me as a student athlete, I do set an alarm every single morning at 5:15 a.m. to where I wake up. And same thing when I go to sleep, I usually try to sleep around either 9:30 or 10:30. So when you do try to go to sleep, you need to avoid caffeinated drinks such as your favorite sodas, or in this case teas too, coffee as well, as caffeine can last up to 8 hours after you consume it. What you do need to do is spend time physically outside every day so you can exert some energy to where you are restful at the end of the night. Also, if all else fails when you do not sleep properly, you should drink at least a warm glass of milk that can induce your sleep. And for all those dog lovers out there, Luna. Mayo Clinic has just now done a study to where sleeping with your furry little creature can help increase your rest at night. So if you do have a dog, let him sleep in bed with you. Overall, I hope you do understand the proper techniques of how to have a proper sleep, and that you do need the amount of hours daily to be healthy throughout the day. And I hope you did enjoy this, and that's all I got.